Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius September 20th, 2022. You're mentally curious today, with the moon in your communications sector all day. Although you can be distractible with this transit, a Mars-Chiron transit helps you focus. Ideas, media, and special interest projects and activities can help you heal. It's a vital time for helping others through your words or guidance. You might find yourself in the position of mentor. Your special and unique qualities are more noticeable. You're in better shape showing your affections through your actions than through speech alone, and you have added confidence to do so. Sincerity and honesty are desirable traits today. Today and tomorrow will bring a deep intensity. As the mighty sun sizzles above the clouds in depths of space, he will turn and look over to powerhouse Pluto. While this will certainly bring energy to your professional life today, you can actually harness this power in any way that you choose. This alignment within the sky grants you influence to persuade, seduce, or dominate whomever you choose. Be kind with this power, but do not fear it. Know that your desires are worthy of attainment. True seduction is a gift not only to you but also to the other. The last quarter moon in Gemini invites you to stop beating the dead horse at work. There are a few topics of conversation, ideas, feedback, or critiques that have lingered from the past few days. While it is tempting to revisit these conversations, the quarter moon encourages you to shift your focus. It might be challenging to do so since Mars in Gemini also sextiles Chiron retrograde in your sign, suggesting that you might be a bit hurt or downtrodden. Aim to have invigorating, uplifting conversations about new topics with your colleagues today. At the same time that the Sun is spending his last weekend in your work sector and Venus, the planet of money, prepares to move into her final week there is a chance to first wrap up what has been a defining week on the income and job fronts. It was Venus-friendly aspect to the North Node in your income sector yesterday that capped this off, allowing you to look to the future with confidence on both fronts. Today provides a wonderful transit for you. You will be able to notice what you are ready to get rid of certain behavior patterns, old food in the cupboards, and old clothes in the closet. Even some relationships may reveal themselves to be unhealthy and outgrown. You can gain a lot by giving up the old and outdated. Take stock of your life, get rid of what doesn't work for you, and create room for all that is new. Today, we would strongly encourage you to start introducing a new rhythm in your personal life and jumping into a big project. Don't turn everything upside down and have confidence in yourself, because you will need it to conclude your projects. This vibration is more intellectual than sentimental, and that's why you have decided to act differently. Remain autonomous and try to motivate yourself more. If you don't, you won't get to your objectives. It is all a question of being organized. The Sun's last weekend in your work sector has a similar theme to last weekend, and a full moon put how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test. A week on it is the Sun's clash with Neptune in a reflective part of your chart, but without the emotional fog of war, there is a chance to look at this more objectively. Once again, the weekend is the perfect time to put things into perspective. At the same time that Mercury, the planet of communication, is spending his last weekend in your relationship sector before retrograding back out next week, the moon is wrapping up its first full visit to your communication sector since Mars' return. With the Sun in your relationship sector by this time next weekend, the push now is to get the communication lines open. Our eyes in the sky. The moon went void of course in Gemini yesterday, but it enters Cancer early this morning, and you're probably ready to tackle your goals. And there is a lot you can do to solidify your plans. The Sun in detail-oriented Virgo means you have a ton of determination to keep moving despite any outside interference. All else will begin to make more sense once you let the earthy energy drive you toward commitment. Try not to hold yourself back today, even if there are pangs of guilt tapping at your aura. The overall feeling makes you aware of the collective struggle, and you might be all up in your feels for the world right now. Remember that the work you are here to do is enough and why you're being given this chance right now. The message of today's link between Mercury and Jupiter is to be patient with yourself and others. Remember that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Write that down and look at it when things get confusing or you begin to doubt yourself. Those who put in the time and long hours will be rewarded down the road. This is the time to take a chance on yourself and trust your instincts. After midnight, the moon enters Cancer and ends its void of course, which began yesterday afternoon. Over the next 2 days, expect emotions to fluctuate in line with the lunar tides. Under the Cancer moon, we seek somatic methods for self-soothing. What rituals do you engage with when you feel out of sorts? Who do you turn to when in a crisis? Do you have a literal security blanket? Commit to being present with your emotions and delineating what practices help you to feel safe and secure. Mid-afternoon, retrograde Mercury in Libra opposes Jupiter in Aries, its second of 3 passes. The first opposition occurred on September 2nd. Think back to this day to make personal connections. This idealistic influence causes us to lose sight of important details as we get caught up in the excitement of a big picture plan. With Mercury in retrograde motion, we are especially liable to overextending ourselves, signing hurried contracts, or setting up travel plans or classes with little to no consideration of the long-term repercussions. Hasty choices can be regretted later, although if we have delayed an election and it is still on our minds mid-month, it's a good sign that at least our interest is legitimate and not a passing fad. Use today to review the fine print. Ask those who have gone through similar experiences for advice. It can't hurt to get more information before taking a plunge. Mercury direct and Jupiter will make their final opposition on October 12th, completing this narrative arc.